everybody. Wait. There we go. I forgot to do that. Is it still there? Never mind, it's fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. I know I can see me. I hope everyone's well. Let's do intros, because I have a new face with me. This is Johnny, or John, or Jonathan.
No,
Not Jonathan. Johnny or John or Josh Johnny is fine. I'm Matt, and together we are the Dream Team. That's a nickname I made up for ourselves. How are you, Johnny? What are you? How are you? What are you?
I am a human being.
Human being, welcome, human being Johnny.
Yeah, and I work in QA.
Johnny works in QA at Payload. He works on TerraTech. We've been doing good work on TerraTech. Yeah. Well done. I'm really rubbish at this, Johnny. Sorry. So Johnny is here to help me today to do a new thing that we've been super excited about, and we've kept under wraps for ages. And that's partly why Johnny's not really been on stream, because you've been whittling away doing things called circuits and systems. Yeah. Let me talk a little bit more about what circuits and systems is, and then we will show a little bit more about what they are. So we called it Circuits and Systems. It's a new update that's going to be coming to TerraTech in the near future. And it's going to include circuits and system blocks. Now, I don't want to brand it like this too early in the day, but think Redstone. If anyone's played Minecraft, think Redstone. That's the kind of vibe that we're going for with circuits and systems. Obviously, with a very heavy TerraTech focus. But basically, yeah, there's logic blocks, there's input blocks, there's actuators. I don't know what any of those things are, hence why Johnny's here, because Johnny knows all about these things.
I know too much about these things.
Johnny is full of, your brain's full of stuff. So, sorry, I cut you off there. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to be showcasing today. There's, off the top of your, how many blocks are there we're going to show?
15.
15! I genuinely didn't expect you to know the answer to that, but there's 15 blocks that we're going to show today. Now, let's have a very, very, very strong caveat to all of this. And what's that caveat, Johnny? Go.
You might see some little bits that aren't quite ready, but it's getting there.
Yeah, the phrase we use a lot is work in progress, and you will see exactly what it is. So it's worth talking about that a little bit. We're bringing everyone on board in the very, very early stages of the development of circuits and systems. For one big reason, we are community-driven developers at Payload. That means that we take community feedback on board, and we develop TerraTech and the things that go into TerraTech with a lot of sort of community feedback in mind. So it wasn't very useful to us, although we're quite far down the line already with circuits and systems. We wanted to get this out to everybody as quickly as we can, just so we can start getting feedback and we can start making cool stuff with these blocks. We can start making new blocks. Like, for example, let me bring it up. We shared this yesterday on Discord. And we announced this sort of online, and we already had one suggestion about doing what were they called, single fire, stagger fire. So blocks that control your weapons basically, and allow you to sort of effectively group your weapons. Anyway, really good stuff, and already we're getting feedback on that. So that's what we want. That's why we're letting everybody in and sort of showing everybody this in a very, very sort of post prototype phase, I suppose. That's a thing, right?
Yeah, it's more of a sneak peek of what's to come.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So again, take all this with a very, very, very big grain of salt, because it's very likely that they definitely won't look like a lot of the blocks that you're going to see. They're going to change in terms of appearance. We don't even know what corporation they're going to be in. We've done art on them to be in reticle research. That's not even a fancy way of saying they are in reticle research at the minute. But we don't know if they're going to be in medical research in the future, or if they need a new corporation. Genuinely, we don't know what that's going to look like. So we're going to come on to circuits and systems soon. The next thing I want to talk about very, very quickly is the map update. So you remember a couple of weeks ago we showed how the map would look, the world map and the two map blocks. That's going to be, and they're going to be included in the next unstable, which is due to go out when, Johnny?
Hopefully next week, early next week.
Yes. So we've had to delay that slightly just so we can get the this exciting bit out of the way. We didn't want to sort of make things a bit too messy in terms of messaging and sort of that sort of stuff. So unstable was due to go out next week. It's also not because there was loads of bugs that we couldn't get fixed. It's nothing to do with bugs, right, Johnny?
No, it's just little things that we need to iron out before it's really ready for everyone to have a look at.
Exactly. I'm throwing a lot of questions at you.
It's alright. I
This
can
is
handle it.
good. Yeah.
Don't test me though.
Okay. Well, you've already passed the test. You knew how many blocks were in that we're going to show today. Anyway, fine. Let's move on. So let's get into the good stuff, which is the circuits and systems. So I'm going to press a little button, which is going to take us into the game.
Ooh.
Now I'm actually going to. Can I have the reins over to you so you can
of course.
take over? So here we go. Circuits and systems. So we're going to show. What should we show first? Let's show the input blocks. That's a good starting point.
Ooh,
So
okay.
you're going to go. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm talking you through
Well,
it. You know
first
way
of
more
all,
about this than me.
Before that,
Yeah. Oh,
we show our
yeah.
fancy new
breadboard.
There it
Do we
is.
call it a breadboard? We call it breadboard a little bit, didn't we? But we
That's
call it
our
anymore.
behind the scenes name, but it's
It's a breadboard. If anyone's familiar with circuitry and Arduino boards, this is effectively like a mini, what we'd like to think of a little kind of breadboard thing. Anyway, so here you go.
So we got this one here. It's we've got beam sensor. So it's just this little laser. You drive into it. You see that little triangle just down here? It's lighting up. So if we were to move it up here, we get some wires attached.
Wires, everybody. They've got wires.
We got 3 colours of
Three
wire.
colours of wires. So bearing in mind, sorry, you keep on building. I'm going to talk for a little bit. What you're seeing right now will not all of this will be in the first release of. Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Not all of this will be in the very, very first release of the circuits and systems. Then we have what's called an initial block set, which we will release soon, to be confirmed. I'm going to say that because we don't actually know when that's all going to be finished. But the point is, this is all. There's some blocks you're going to see here that aren't going to make it. So you can see there's 3 wire blocks, but there's also like a black wire, which is if Johnny was. Don't think black. Yeah. There's a black wire there as well. But yeah, so there's wires, there's input blocks, there's logic gates.
Yeah, I got an AND gate here.
So if anyone's familiar with like the redstone systems from Minecraft or things that are similar to that, I mean, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but that's kind of what we're going for. So what we're building here.
So this is just really basic AND gate. So you've got this one, they're both turned off. And obviously you need them both together. So you've got 1 and 2. You get a little light show up. But when you one of them, it's not going to do it.
Yeah.
But if I be a bit lazy here, just do this so I don't rip the whole tech apart. If I take out, your camera's very floaty on here.
Sorry.
Right. It's alright, we'll let you off. Let's get an OR gate, and suddenly you can have just one on. You have both. Fine, still stays on. Turn off the first one, stays on.
Logic, everybody.
There you go.
Johnny is using logic. I'm going to try and catch some questions that have come in. Excuse me. Yeah, so people say, yeah, we're getting the logic system. That's basically what that's what it is. So there's, should we show this the beam, we show the toggle, and there's a button for an input block as well.
Here's the button.
So let's I'm going to give a quick description of what the input blocks do. So once activated, I think that's a good word for it, they output a signal of value of 1. So that means, like you saw with the beam sensor, if you are in the beam, if you activate the beam sensor when you're going through the beam, the beam sensor outputs a value of 1, which is effectively like you could summarize that to an electrical charge or something to that effect. I'm overly simplifying this because I'm an overly simple person and I don't actually know the exact words.
Seen a question here. What other output options are there? Shall we?
Let's show some outputs.
Should we show? We'll start simple, and maybe get exciting a bit later.
Yeah. No, but start simple because simple head.
Right. So we're showing this new light. This is the Pixel, but got old lights. You can jam them on too.
Jam them
Get
on.
some big ones.
Yeah.
Get some GeoCorp ones on here. Ooh, little snap. Look at that. It's in the daytime. But you got your lights
Yeah.
on.
So this is one thing that we had a lot on Discord when we shared the GIF of the toggle turning a light on. Yeah, you can now turn your lights on during the day, which is guys. This was all just a solution to the problem of turning your lights on during the day. We've done all this work just so you can turn your lights on during the day.
Yeah. We've also got, let's get some more fun weapons.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So let's talk about what these blocks work with. So there's output blocks that oh my gosh.
Straight away.
There's output blocks within the logic, within the sort of circuits and systems that the output. So you something like Johnny mentioned, you've got the pixel block, but they also work with. There's 4 or 5 different types of vanilla TerraTech blocks. There's weapons that you've just seen, so you can just have weapons on all the time. So there are lights. There's a few lights that do it, and there's also explosive bolts that work. I can't think of any more off the top of my head that would do it.
Yeah. So what you could do here, if you want to be a bit fancy with it.
Yes, be fancy.
Yeah. So we can get the sensor down here.
Yeah.
And go, oh, I want to make sure if an enemy drives into my base, they regret it. So we can get, say, what's your favourite weapon?
Tesla coil. That's not going to work, is it?
No, it's the one thing you can't choose.
Simple head, man. The Talon laser.
Talon laser, that's a good choice.
Is that not reticle research?
I was thinking of the Cyclops.
Cyclops.
laser.
Doesn't matter.
Let's get the Talon one. Let's keep it reticle.
Yeah. It was just because you already had it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Right, so
Turn that one off. So now, if I drive through, laser comes on, drive out, laser goes off. And you can get fancy with this, with these logic gates. So at the moment, it's just if you're in the beam, it's on. If you're out the beam, it's off. But if we've got any circuit nerds in the chat,
circuit nerds, shout out if you're a circuit nerd. Big yourselves up, circuit nerds.
you'll know a way. So if you drive through once, it turns on and it stays on. And then if you back out, it stays on, stays going, and you just drive into it again to toggle it off again. There's a lot of depth to this that you guys are gonna really, really like.
Yeah.
Let's see what else have we got.
What else is there? Show them some of those super exciting stuff that's not even going to come out in the initial release.
Ooh, okay.
Let's go deep. There's an RGB block. RGB. Show them the RGB block. Is that not working?
It works.
Show them how broken it is so we can prove how...
So, to get this one to work, we're going to have to get...
I tried mucking around with this and I couldn't get it.
Okay, so, we get wire here again. Get a toggle for now. So we turn it on, not much is going to look different. So you can't really see anything there.
Yeah.
But we're going to add in
amplifier.
It's one of these ones. They all look different.
Value added, is that right?
It's value multiplier. This one makes it go really big. Let's see.
Yeah, this is what I mean, everybody. Coda art, it's not the most obvious.
If I crank this up to times 10, this one up to times 10.
It's got red,
Now
it's blue. Oh, it's so cool.
But what we could even do more than that.
Do more.
Let's turn this one down. Let's just have it double. Just double. This one just turns to 1. And then what we can do.
Nice use of the middle mouse selection there as well, Johnny. I like it.
Now, I use another slightly sneak peeky block.
Yeah.
Look at that! It's gonna cycle up through all kinds of colours. So at the moment, the circuits are really just sticking to a value of 1 or 0.
Yeah.
But later down the line, we're going to let that value of 0 or 1 become much bigger. It might go to 999. So depending on the power going in, changes the colour that comes out. So if anyone wants to do some fancy pixel art or things,
Someone mentioned this on Twitter when we made the announcement yesterday. So I'm going to lay down the challenge. The first person to program and get a fully functioning Doom in TerraTech. Oh no, what can I do? I've oversold it. You get a high five. I'll give you a high five in person.
Yeah. That seems fair.
That's a fair.
Yeah, you have to make your own way here, though.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Can't afford that kind of travel for us.
Yeah, it's just not on our salary.
No.
No, this is going to pay the bills now. This is going to bring in the big bucks. Doom and Bad Apple will be mandatory. Exactly. Excellent. Can I do a clock or something like clock power?
You said, yeah, clocks. You can do that. We've made a few little ones, but working at the moment because we've just changed everything over to be ready for this new update, and it's sort of broken all the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah,
but,
broken stuff.
So, yeah, clocks do work. We've made a few good ones. We've got some real positive feedback from everyone, but you might have to wait a little longer to see that sort of stuff coming through. Could do is show them maybe the save game.
Let's go into the save game. So Johnny has been working on. I say working. You've done me a solid favour and made a really cool game save. So this is for those that saw the announcement yesterday. I used a picture, literally the picture that you sent me, of this game save, and it had some of the actuators and all that good stuff. So you start doing your thing, and I'll try and explain, or you explain what's going on.
Well, I made this little one. This is just the most basic sort of thing you can do with circuits, where it's just you press a button, and it lights up, shoots a little firework out. It's just simple.
So that's good. That's actually a good way of visualising how the input or the value system gets transferred between or through different blocks.
So we've got this signal delay, and you see there. So you just say signal goes in, it waits for a second, 2 seconds, whatever you want, and then it will go out again. It's all good, and it just delays it a little bit. So normally the lights will come on at the same time, but this just staggers it, and you get a little firework at the end. So
that's the signal delay one, right?
So people are going to like this one.
Come on.
So big gap. How are you going to cross it?
I don't know, Johnny.
Press the button.
Press the toggle there. Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
A bridge.
It's like a little drawbridge or something. So you've got your base, you want to defend it. You can make it so only you can get in and out. So enemies, they're not pushing into your front living room. It's like outside, get shot.
Get lost, and then you can shoot them with your guns.
But then you can get a little bit fancier. So that, it just goes in and out.
Yeah.
But this one gets exciting. Look at that.
Time delay block.
Time delay
or
block.
Signal delay, yeah.
Yeah, you can make it go in and out slowly. So it's like, well, that dramatic entrance to your big base.
Yeah, like the Batcave.
Yeah.
People calling them pistons. Let's clarify, these are not pistons, these are actuators. Pistons are a whole other thing. I mean, I'm sure you can probably try and fabricate some sort of pistons with them, but the blocks that Johnny's showing now are actuators, which are different.
Yeah, we're calling them actuating gates. So the idea is it's a bit like a sliding door. But if you want to figure out other stuff you can use them for, let us know. I'll be excited to see it.
Absolutely, yeah. This is why we're showing it. This is exactly why we're showing everybody this early point.
X-end is right there. You can't attach stuff to the end of them. They just push whatever's there. So this one, you think, oh, my base is a little too easy to get into. Maybe my mates are going to get in. You can have 2 switches before it opens.
That's using an OR gate.
And gate. But you might then go, oh, well, they're right there. They're next to each other. I don't want that. So you can make them wireless.
Come on, this is what Tesla was doing, and not the car company, the other Tesla.
So turn on one. So you found one of the 2.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's both of them. And your gates close, and you can drive across your little bridge. But
it's a but.
Yeah. So if we.
So I'm sounding like I'm genuinely. I sound like I'm being sarcastic. I'm actually not being sarcastic. This is genuinely amazing.
Stick these on the right way. That's the right way. And then turn it off. You could put this one anywhere in the world. You could drive all the way over here.
When you can use your map to find out where you are.
Yeah. And look at that. Still closes all the way over there. Opens it up. There it goes. So you could do all kinds of stuff. You could hide buttons around your world or behind your base. So if you play multiplayer, your mates want to get in, but it's your cool stuff. They're not allowed in unless they know.
Sorry, genuinely like. So what Johnny's shown there is a very well. It's not even that simple, but it's a pretty rudimentary version of how you can use these blocks. What you can, if you extrapolate this idea, if you were to hide one of those wireless receivers in a maze, for example, you can start thinking. You can start creating mazes. You can create. You were mentioning sort of bases and how you can sort of fortify your base, but you can even make nice sort of challenges for your friends, and that's to round this off is kind of what we wanted to do with circuits and systems. It wasn't just it was to give everyone enough things to play with and sort of some exciting things to sort of do with a base, but it's also you can create it allows you to create more than just a base. You can create again, look at what you can do with Redstone. People have built working systems, working computers, for lack of a better word. This just adds to the whole shareability of TerraTech. Shareability is a really fancy word of saying. Just make cool stuff and share it with your friends or on the workshop.
And like the stuff you can do, you can make like obstacle courses, you can make mazes, and the best part, you can say to your mates, "I've made this really cool one. See if you can beat my time." Have a little time trial, share it around your friends, pop it in the Discord maybe, get all that going. Could be fun.
Absolutely. So this is super exciting. We are super excited to sort of show all this. In terms of what can we call it, release date or first pass kind of stuff. We're a way off from that. We're talking weeks, potentially months. So bear with us while we sort of figure all this stuff out. But as you can see, a lot of work's already been done. So a lot of good work's already been done. So it's sort of we're at the point where we sort of start refining it a little bit more and make it more accessible for people to jump in.
Yeah. So I was going to show people what this thing is more, just so they have a better idea of what it is, and we're not making them think it's something it isn't. There we go. So this is the actuating gate. And all you've got to do is, you've got these inputs here, stick a button on it, and it pushes out.
So that's just a button? Or is that a toggle?
Sorry, a toggle.
It's a toggle.
It's just a toggle, and it just pushes it out, and you turn it off again, goes back in. So it's nothing crazy, but we spawn in, got any good text? Ooh, big text. That one will do. So it'll at least try to push this one a little bit. Let's see. It might push us out of the way, to be honest. Yeah, there we go. It interacts with blocks, so you can extend it, and it'll push stuff around. But obviously, nothing's attaching to this. There's no APs, but it's still hazard, so can't stick on that.
Careful, yeah. You can mind your head, no.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to think of what we can do next. What other things can we show off there, Johnny?
Well, we've got the 3 different wires.
Yeah. What do the 3 different wires do?
So, we've got red, green, blue. 3 big colours, if you know what's going on technology-wise. Red, green, blue.
That's it.
Yeah, RGB. So, red wires, you stick them down like this. They'll connect to each other. You might not want that. You might want 2 circuits running next to each other. Stick down a green wire. Oh, and they're separate.
Doesn't want nothing to do with that red nonsense.
This way, you can have your circuits way more compact. So they're not connecting. These little black bits of scaffold in here, they're just saying it's attached with an AP, but no signal's going through there. So if I turn on one of these...
12 Robo 13 asks, do we need batteries to power the wire?
Not at the moment. It's separate to the existing power system. This is purely so you can do whatever you want with it. These toggles and buttons and sensors, they just send a signal.
It's not power. It's not power. Yeah, so that's a good way of differentiating it. The wires transfer the signal. They don't, which is why it might be a bit confusing because wires are synonymous with electricity and then power. But no, we're working on a signal-based system.
Mm.
Cool. Can it read them on belts? Can you read items on belts? So no, it's not. It's not compatible with the crafting system. Is there a huge appetite for that? I mean, I can imagine there's a lot of interesting things you could do with conveyor belt systems and the logic and all that good stuff. Because you could automate pretty much everything on your sort of crafting basis, but that could be something we could look into.
Yeah.
You know, give us that feedback.
You put it in the suggestions channel in the Discord, maybe?
Johnny, good link. Yes, we have a Discord server. So if you like what you see and you have ideas about what more we could do with logic gates and circuits and the systems, head over to our Discord server. I'll link to it in a minute. Just while we get a few more questions in. Can you add a mimic who can bring text to one place and kill them? Do you mean like an AI, like a friendly AI that can do that? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Do you know what I mean by that?
I don't know.
Right, let's move on. Cool.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
People
So,
are already getting good ideas. I'm reading these. Like this.
oh, hang on, Ace Bar. So, welcome back, Ace Bar. Just this one up here. Can they be connected to keyboard/controller inputs?
Not currently, but again, that was something someone mentioned in the suggestions channel. So,
People are already thinking about it.
Okay.
FL so basically, yeah, people are saying to modders, FL Sods is coming to chat as well. He's one of our big modders. I imagine that modders are going to have an absolute field day with all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll be chatting to the modders soon, just to see what more we can do, if we can offer any more support for the modding community, because there's going to be a lot more cool stuff that can come out of that as well.
I'm seeing so many good ideas already in the chat. People saying what they're going to use these blocks for. I'm excited to see what people can do. Because like at the moment, it's just been a few of us here in the office putting stuff together, sharing it around, getting feedback. But I think the community, you guys are going to smash it.
Oh, Johnny, you're good. You can come back.
Yeah.
This is good. Get everyone hyped. What are we talking? Go build some other stuff. What other stuff can you build?
What's the stuff people want to
So hang on. So we're trying weapons. What kind of cool stuff can you do with weapons?
So weapons, at the moment, they get a signal, they'll shoot. If they've not got a signal, they won't.
Right.
So, let's see. Let's get our reticle research platform anchor out.
Not a breadboard.
Not a breadboard. But it's hard to get rid of those old habits.
Oh, no.
You get used to a name.
Oh, you can also does this count as a rotating anchor? No, I don't think it does. I think it's static.
But that's reminded me of one thing.
Go on.
There's the rotating anchor. And
Toggle it.
yeah. So at the moment. Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Woo!
Automated.
Spinny.
It just spins. If it's got power, it'll spin. I'll get it to turn off. There we go.
Nice.
But yeah, so if you power any rotating anchor, it will start spinning round. When we add in some more blocks to this, you'll be able to change direction it turns. But at the moment, you'll only be able to use a toggle or a button. Button won't turn it much, just give it a bit of a nudge. But it'll still give you a bit of something. So it's just 90 degrees, a bit more maybe. Just a little bit of a nudge.
Bit of a bump,
Yeah. But then you could get fancy with this. So maybe you want to put a beam sensor on here. And then
you're going to reach.
what I'm going to do, build this up a
Give
little
him a
bit,
hat.
make it a bit taller. Some good wheels. Love these mechanisms.
Oh, that's so good.
So now, if I drive into this, it's try and get away from me. That. So, there you go. So you got all sorts of stuff you could do here.
Oh, I'm giddy. Johnny, I'm giddy with all the excitement. Sorry, Django's messaged about something. I just need to check that I'm not doing naughty things. Hang on. You got the backwards compatible cheat code. You're on the art branch, aren't you? Do you know what that means?
I know what that means.
Okay.
We're all set for that. It's
We're all
fine.
fine.
We're all
Cool.
set for
So yeah, Django. Sorry if you are watching Django. Apparently we're all set.
that.
Cool.
That's what I was doing before this when I sent you the save game over. So we're all good.
That's good stuff. That's going to be free energy. You can actually build with that with a wheels and then with a generator with power. So yeah, it's free power basically.
Well, I think
Well,
what they're
power.
saying, they're asking stick some wheels on. I think. Correct me if
Oh,
I'm
with
wrong.
the dynamo.
Last time I checked, because I thought that too, I was like, "Ooh, free charges." Doesn't seem to work. Let's find out. Get a battery on it too. GSO1, easy to see. Nah, that's not charging the batteries up. That's just spinning the anchor. There's no charge going.
It doesn't work if it's anchored. You make a multi-tech out of it, though. It will though. So
if you
infinite power.
if you can figure out a way, but at the moment you can only use when it's powered on a rotating anchor, it will spin. But I'm sure community find inventive ways to.
Like you know
past
about
that.
Hoverbug, don't you? Yeah.
I love the hoverbug.
Of course, you're in QA. You know exactly all about Hoverbug. I feel like this is just an unintended feature, like Hoverbug. But yeah, no, I'm sure there'll be plenty of ways that we can that the community are gonna.
Oh, Shimon says the wheels aren't turning, so maybe it's to do with just they're not quite touching, and it's just rotating the anchor, not the wheels themselves. But maybe if we spoke to the magical people working on this system and say maybe could they find out a way?
I feel like infinite power might be a bit silly.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
We'll see.
Fun though.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun.
So much fun.
You know what would be funny? You know what would be funny? A pogo stick with the gate blocks. How would you even make a pogo stick with?
I can do that. So let's get cab. Let's have some more blocks on top. Hard to balance this actually, but we'll figure it out. So first of all, you're gonna not a toggle, not a button for this one. Might be a bit difficult with the limited blocks we got here, but I could give it a go. We need is a signal extender. Make that one. Signal extender, and this will make your single pulse get longer and longer, so you can put a few of these in a row. But we go like that. Like this. Put that one there. We need to get there's a delay. There we go. So now, that button pulse, put that in the right way, get a light on it. What's this? This way. Something's not gone right here, but that's fine. Out that there we go, so we've got this ticking now, basic clock.
Yeah.
And then this isn't going to be very big, you need to have it lasting longer. But I'll stick it on the front for now. You see, it's a pogo stick sideways. You got it.
I get it.
Like
I get it.
So then when we add this amplifier and this signal extender, should be able to make that go a little bit quicker, a little bit longer. Don't know quite how the signal extender's working at the moment. I think a lot actually. Because we'll make it I'm going to make it longer, because otherwise this delay's still on when it comes round. There you go. So you got slightly longer, and then let's make it a pogo. I don't know how I've connected it so something can power it. It's only got certain APs. There you go. So it's struggling a bit at the moment, but you can
Pogo
keep the
stick.
idea.
Pogo stick, everybody.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, Animation City on YouTube has asked a very good question. When is this coming to console? So this isn't even on. It's a long way off being on PC. Yeah, it's a long way off being on Steam. But like with any update that we do on Steam, you will always get this on console. Just a slight bit delayed, but a slight delay afterwards. So, if I can say it's to be confirmed on PC, it's even more to be confirmed on console as well. But it is coming. We are planning. It is going to be on console. Don't worry. It's not a case of this is a PC exclusive. We want everyone to enjoy the awesomeness that is the Circuits and Systems update.
Now, one thing's been pointed out to mention is the APs. They're a little different on these blocks.
Okay.
So you can see the bottom one is a standard reticle research block.
Yeah.
It's just got one type of AP, this sort of orangey colour. These ones, they've got ones with
Zoom
little
in,
arrows
zoom
on
in.
them. Look at that.
Yeah.
So you've got little arrows.
Yep.
So arrow points into the block, that's the input. Pointing out the block, it's the output. Simple, right?
That's so clever.
So if I was to stick a wire here and a wire here, I want to power it this side, nothing's going to happen because this is the input.
Did you see that message from Taku?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
So it'll pulse to here, so you get your little signal, it flashes, nothing. But if you come around the other side and go in this way, there you go. So make sure your boxes are all the right way around. You want your blocks backwards.
Don't want backwards blocks, anybody.
Uh,
Can you like something that brings text one places and you just... Okay, I don't know what that means. What happens with the extended update on Xbox? Did Microsoft do it? No, I don't know what you're talking about. CC Insurgent. No, it went out on the 16th of October. Nothing to do with us. Moving on. Let's talk about Circuits and Systems.
yeah.
What have we missed? Cool.
This one with a not symbol from Excellent, yeah. We've got
Is there a not gate as well?
yeah, we've got not gate. So these are our gates. So add on this one. There we go. So these are all of our new blocks we're planning here.
Sorry, just
Ooh,
bunch that over a bit, just so we can...
scooching in.
Yeah.
So just get that away a little bit. So we've obviously got this one. Good too. So we've got the two inputs here
Two
that are buttons,
Yeah.
and then we've got the light sensor input.
Yeah.
So overall, got those three.
3 inputs.
We've got the wireless transmitter with this with the little antenna, and the receiver with like the little sort of Wi-Fi dish.
I like it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. We've got the white pixel, so when it's powered, it goes on, and it turns off. We've got no power. We've got no signal. Not power needs to distinguish these.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a minefield.
And then we've got the logic gates here. So you've got your OR, your NOT, and your AND. And between these ones, you'll be able to make a lot of cool stuff. So you can combine your ANDs and your NOTs, make a NOR, and go on from there. What's not ANDs and NOTs? Your ORs and your NOTs. We'll get there. Got your delay block, and you've got your 3 types of wires. When you've got one wire, it'll look like a little antenna sort of thing. But stick another one on, and there you go. Yeah.
This is make a NAND or a NOR gate, and you're already Turing complete. Complete? I don't know if X is misspelled complete. What's Turing complete? Does anyone know what Turing complete is? I'm guessing Alan Turing. Off of some... Doesn't matter.
These are like, when you get really down into it with computers and things, this is what computers are.
Yeah.
They're just yeses and nos and ands and nots and
Binaries, ones off,
Yeah.
ones and zeros.
yeah. So this is what we're enabling people to tinker with.
Yeah.
Is those really like deep down this is what your computer does. Just, you never see it, but we want people to see it,
Yep.
so here it is.
Turing completeness means you can simulate a Turing machine, and so you can basically make anything.
I mean,
There you go.
technically, yeah.
There you go. Technically, let's do it.
Yeah.
Within a
that's
66,
a
yeah.
very important
So
part.
H-bar makes a good point. You can do anything within a 64 by 64 by
But
64 volume.
if you connect them wirelessly, they've each got their own 64 by 64 volume.
Infinite,
So as long as your world is big enough,
which is a genuine infinite world.
yeah.
Multi-text,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. TerraTech, yeah. So the first thing that I'm going to challenge the community: make Doom in TerraTech, right, and then make TerraTech in TerraTech. That's the next thing. TerraTech in TerraTech with co-op crafting. See how? Yeah. There's your challenge.
I want to play that, to be
There
honest.
you go.
Yeah.
Don't bring that up because everyone's going to talk about it now.
Can you bring that up? Sorry.
No, yeah, good point. I did. No, I'm sure. Yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, cool. Are wireless receivers global or linked? They are global.
So they're global.
I say confidently, but absolutely no reason to think that.
This is subject to change, but at the moment, you can set frequency. So it's 26,000, 28,000 at the moment. But you can go up in increments of 40 at a time. So you can just go, oh, I want this one to be on 28. So over here, clicked out the window, switch to this tech. So over here, these two we used, if you turn them on together, for those who weren't here, you'll get this nice little bridge form. So this one on the left is 26, and this one is 28. So
They're different
Yeah.
frequencies, so
Different
they
frequencies,
work differently.
they'll connect with different receivers.
So we're talking more about like walkie-talkies.
Yeah,
is
kind
a
of.
good analogy, but
Yeah.
cool. Cool. Anything else? You've got to shoot off soonish, have you?
Finish, yeah.
So just let me know. When I can take over.
Let's see a few more questions. So at the moment, there aren't any input boxes. The sliders are there, but once you've set it, it's set. You'll remember it. So then you just connect a button or a toggle to it, and every time you put the signal in, it'll send the signal across that frequency. Any other?
Sorry, I'm still gobsmacked.
But if you have multiple things on the same frequency, you can control them all in one go. So you can have one master switch to turn on all your wireless defenses in your base at once. Or you could say, oh, I just want to turn on the north defenses because that's where the enemies are. Flick that switch, just the north ones come on instead of wasting all your time on all of them.
Yeah, so a text box.
We've been talking about a
Oh,
better
really?
way of putting something in.
Yeah.
So text box is one of the things we've thrown around. So we'll see what happens with that.
One of those things. It's a good suggestion. It's a good idea. The fact that we already talked about it obviously shows that it's something that's worth thinking about.
Mhm.
I will say, just on that point, that this has to work as well on console as it does on the PC version. So the biggest constraint, I guess, on console is the keyboard, and having keyboard inputs generally on the consoles is tough to do properly or do well. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, but it's all in discussion.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about it. Don't you worry.
Exactly. So let's reiterate that point, is that all of the stuff that you're seeing today is very much work in progress. So like Johnny said, at the minute, the wireless receivers are infinite. I think they, in theory, they have infinite range.
Yeah.
But that we might come to the point where we think, oh, that seems a bit too much. Let's rein them in a bit. So
Yeah.
we'll see. And maybe that you can have like a relay system. So you have, if you're at the max range of your wireless receiver, you just put another one down that then boosts that signal even further. Similar to how your Wi-Fi receivers work in homes.
Yeah. So
Were you guys ever planning on making multiplayer better? That feels like a loaded question.
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we do. And things like this getting implemented into multiplayer as well. If you're referring to specifically things like co-op crafting, I don't know what more I can say about that really. It's guys, when are we getting water? Oh god, I knew this would happen. You show them one really good thing, and then everyone asks, "What about this other thing that we were asking?" Yeah, I know.
The first step, circuits. The next step, you want an ocean. Like,
so you can electrocute yourself.
Yeah, that's the way. That's it.
But also, this isn't electricity, is it?
No, this is signal, not power like your batteries and your solar generators. It's just signal.
Signals, right? So it's 1:45. Yeah. Do you want to shoot on?
Yeah, I want to pop off.
Do it, man.
But it's been a great time.
Thank you so much. Give me all those. Bosh.
There we go.
That's
right,
cool.
I'll catch you a bit later.
I'll catch you sometime soon. I hope. All right, man.
Enjoy the rest of the stream.
Say bye to Johnny, everybody. Give him a wave. Just chuck a hand and say that's it. Cheers, dude.
Catch you later.
Budge over. Oh, God, sorry about the loud banging. Here we go. Right, so I'm in charge now. I've got the reins. What else can we do? I mean, there was a reason Johnny was in the stream, and that's because he is, by all accounts, an expert on this sort of stuff. At least compared to me. So, build a fort. Build a fort. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. I'm gonna. Oh, okay. That's not as exciting as I thought it was gonna be. Let's do this instead. Let's. This is from the Fortress Challenge. Okay, so what we can do now? Bear with me because. Oh, didn't want that to happen. All this logic stuff, all this circuits and system stuff at the minute is very much above my head. So I apologize. Get out of the way. So I apologise if I'm not doing any of this any justice, but what I want to do is try and show how the... Oh no, because they're not a ramp. Gosh darn it. I was going to basically try and show how you can do an actuator to open the... No, we can do that. That's exactly what we can do. So let's get rid of this. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm going to show you what Johnny's just done there with an actuator. So let's do that. Let's the actuating gate. There's a lot of attach points on it, so let's do this. It's going to take a while to load, that's fine. Let's just basically, let's spin this around. There we go. Nice, right. What I can do now, I hope this works, I hope so much that this works, is pop a toggle down. Yeah, let's go to building. That'll help. Alright, let's focus on this block. Nope, don't want that to happen. Right, so the output is at the back there, so I'm going to grab a wire quickly, doesn't matter which. So these actuators should now be getting power, I believe, I hope. Well, the irony of there being an explosive bolt there. Don't need explosive bolts anymore because this is going to work, everybody. Doors! Ah! Nearly doors! I nearly made a door. Should we move it down a bit? Let's move it down a bit. Come on. There you go. Right, let's move that here. Ugh, what have I pulled off there? Don't want that. Let's do that. Sorry, chat. I'm very focused on my one job that I've got given myself. If I'm ignoring you, it's because I'm very, very busy. Let's... I'm just going to pull the power down from here. That's going into that one. Doesn't help that this is a massive fort. Oh no. You gonna go in there? Oh, okay, right. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. No, there. Right. I've built a gate. Okay, right, here we go. That's turning it off. Let's turn it off. Okay, that's not happened, is it? You are on. This is so awkward. It's because I've done that, maybe? Let's get our build beam. I really want this to work. I want this to work so badly. Okay, I've done something wrong. But you get the idea. It worked a second ago, but I've broken it. Put the toggle next to the AP. So, oh, okay, I'm an idiot. It's fine, I'm an idiot. It's because that's what Johnny was saying and I ignored it. Gosh. You're a clever bunch. That's all I needed, right? And then we do this. Oh. Okay, never mind. Sorry, do this. Yes! Yes! Right, now we're just gonna... Nope, don't like the inventory. So, oh, I'm coming home to my lovely tech. My lovely fortress home. And... oh no, the doors are closed. I can't even get up the ramp. Get out of the way. It's fine. I'll just open my door. And I'm in. Oh, I'll close the door because I don't want intruders. Logic. Cool. So that's just me. That's just me playing around with an existing fort that I didn't even build, and I've already added a gate to it. You saw how easy that was. I'm going to restart the R&D lab because that's a mess. Sorry, what I've been neglecting chat. What are we saying? What are we saying, chat? It's just me and Mike now. This is Mike. Mike the microphone. That maybe wasn't the best example because the example thought that I had, well, it's got very laggy. Let's see what else chat has been saying. Also, we got an unintended sneak peek at Earth icon next to the paint. Oh, this isn't a sneak peek. This is the world map. We've seen the world map. Shows how much Exxon watches the streams. Yeah, no, we've seen the world map. So this is the world map. Well, let's talk about the world map really quickly, shall we? You'll have 5 minutes until the stream finishes. So yeah, if you watched the stream from a few weeks ago, you recognise that we... you recognise the world map. This is going to be in the next Unstable, which is due out next week. Hopefully early next week. Yeah. Make a simple gated wall. I made a simple gated wall. Woo! Build an active guided missile. That might be a bit above my pay grade. I think there's a map. Yeah, cool. Sweet. And yeah, Exxon's admitting they've not been on the stream for a while. Will there be bigger gates? Potentially. These are the first actuators that we have. They're not really gates, they're just actuators. They can do all sorts of stuff. Like we saw earlier, they can build bridges. You can have them as gates or any number of things. They're kind of cool. So yeah, so let your imagination run wild. We will show more of this stuff as and when we release it, or as and when it's ready. What's also really exciting. Sorry, I'm just making sure I'm not going to turn my PC off any second. So if anyone's interested in sort of project management or anything like that, you'll be familiar with a platform called Trello. A handful of game developers use it. They have a what's called a public Trello board, which basically allows the players and the community to have visibility on what that team is working on. We have something similar. It's not called Trello. It's called Hack and Plan. So it's not an official TerraTech Trello. It's there you go. It's an official TerraTech Hack and Plan, which basically is going to show everything that we're working on. So it basically means no more secrets. No more secrets from our side of things. I realise we've kept the circuits and system stuff under our belt. I'm sat here just with the game just running. I'm going to go back to the close up. There we go. So we've been working on these circuits and system stuff in relative secrecy for a while, but with the introduction of the Hack and Plan, the public Hack and Plan board, there's really nothing going to be. There's not going to be anything to hide from. We can't hide anything on the Hack and Plan board. TerraTech and the other projects you're working on included for no secrets. Apart from the secrets. Oh yeah, I mean they're always going to have secrets. But yeah, so you'll be able to see what can you. Yeah, you'll be able to see everything. So things really boring stuff as well, like bug reports or bug fixes, things like that. So we will have there'll be a sign up system for that. We kind of have to work on almost like a case by case basis. So we don't just sort of flood the system with loads of people. But yeah, so watch out for that. We'll have more details on our public Hack and Plan board soon. So yeah, cool. I think I'm going to leave it there, everybody. I've given myself 3 minutes spare, so I have time for more questions if anyone has any. I'll do my best to answer them. But yeah, cool. This was so exciting. What more could I? Yeah, I think that's kind of it really. There's just keep your eyes peeled, stay tuned to our Discord. That's what I'm going to do. Let's do that now. We have a Discord server. So if you have any ideas, if you want to make some suggestions, if you want to talk about all the cool stuff that you've just seen, actually I'm just going to send a general invite. I'm going to paste the link to our Discord server in chat. For some reason, Twitch didn't like it. Let me try Twitch again. There we go. So go check out our Discord server. Next week's stream. What should we stream next week? So, in theory, we could have more circuits and system stuff to show. If we don't, we will revert back to the Fortress Challenge. There's still a lot of forts for us to get through on the Fortress Challenge. So it could either be more circuits and system stuff or the Fortress Challenge. So I'll announce that next week. Do you look at suggestions? Yes, we look at suggestions. Not every single one, because that would be impossible. But we do how the suggestions channel works is we have basically we export all the suggestions that we get into that channel, and we use that and we export that into a spreadsheet, and then we can use that spreadsheet to filter good ideas, bad ideas, indifferent ideas, and we can sort of take the ones that we want from there. So that's sort of how the suggestions channel works. So if we find that we've got a chunk of work, a chunk of time in our development cycle, we can use we can use a suggestions channel to come up with some new ideas for us to work on. That's kind of how that channel works. So yeah. So the idea also being that the most upvoted, the most liked sort of ideas float to the top. Do you look at my suggestions? I'm not sure what your suggestions are. Oh, the suggestions in chat. I have been reading them, but I don't really understand them. If you keep on asking, I'm going to count that as spam. Reminded that suggestions are just that, suggestions. That doesn't mean you're going to be added or even deeply considered. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of putting it, excellent. They are just suggestions, and we would love to reply to every single one of them, particularly on the Discord server. Unfortunately, that's just not possible. Cool. Right, I'm gonna leave it there because it's now 5 o'clock UK time. So I'm gonna sign off. Thank you so much for stopping by, everybody. It's been really fun. I enjoy doing these things. This is where I really like being a community manager for TerraTech. I really enjoy it. Stop by next week. Join in the Discord. Get your ideas in the suggestions channel if you have any. If you're a modder, join the modding part of the Discord server. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of exciting things for the modders to be playing around with. Yeah, and until next one, have a great week, everybody. Catch you next week. Bye.